What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Week 1 NFL video for the main slate. Give this video a like, subscribe. I'm excited to be back. Can't believe we're already looking at football on Sunday. We're going to be doing a free Guru credit code in this video to welcome things back. Kind of gave the baseball videos a break on YouTube because it didn't get a ton of traction. We'll be firing off more with NFL and NBA coming up in the fall. I do think we got some really good spots on Sunday. There's a ton of value. I usually give you guys just 4 value plays that I like. I'm really just going to kind of dive into each position and talk about some of the top guys sticking out to me. I'm in that huge promo for FanDuel that they're running. A $5 tournament, no sweat entry. You can do 150 entries. I did all 150. Right now it's only showing 140 because I've entered 10, but $5 times 150 entries, I'm doing all of them. If you lose your lineup, it'll come back to you as a refund in bonus credit on FanDuel. I did the fine print reading. You have that bonus to spend on any contest you want, but you got to use all your bonus within 7 days. So say you cash on half your lineups and you lose, in my case, if you lose 375 out of the 750, that'll be in my bonus play, in my balance. I got to go through $375 of bonus within the next week. Just a quick example so you guys understand that. You obviously don't have to enter that many entries, but you should take advantage of this one way or the other. There's still plenty of spots left. I think there's like over 600,000 people by the end of this that are going to be in this tournament. So let's talk about each position. Again, give this video a like. I'll give you guys that Guru credit code after the first couple of my plays. I have a giveaway on Twitter. Just retweet it. I'll be doing the winner probably sometime over the weekend. I'll give someone a free season pass. And also DM me or message me in any outlet you can about my early bird memberships, because those will be up once Sunday gets going. So quarterback, we have a lot of great spots. The top dogs are looking really good. Jaden Daniels, awesome spot. Sky's the limit for him in his sophomore season. At home against the Giants, I have a chart to my left here that shows the projection points for each team on week 1, and the Commanders rank 4th. They're projected 25.8 points on Sunday, only trailing behind the Eagles, Bengals, and Bills. So the Commanders in a great spot. Joe Burrow, my favorite spend up. We'll put him in for now, but what a great matchup for Joe Burrow and the Bengals in Cleveland on Sunday. They are projected 26.5 points, the second highest on week 1, the first highest on the main slate, because the Eagles are number 1 and they obviously play on Thursday night against the Cowboys. So the Bengals projected the most points on this slate. Another huge thing FanDuel's doing that I realized the other day: no more Sunday night football game. That pissed me off beyond belief last year. They had gone with it like 5 years ago. They took it away for like 4 years in a row, and then they tried adding it back last year. I couldn't stop complaining about it. I hate the Sunday night football game being part of the main slate. It's so much better to have it be done after the 4 o'clock games, and then you can kind of reset and look ahead to Sunday night football. I always hated that game being a part of the main slate. It just drags on. So very excited about that. We have 4 afternoon games on Sunday at 4:05 Eastern, and we have 3, 6, 8 games in the early window for a combined 12 games on this main slate. Do like Joe Burrow a lot. I like the Bengals. In terms of value, I'm not going to, talk about everyone, but there's some cheaper value quarterbacks that look great, and that's where is he? I can't find him. Drake May, wherever he's priced. 6,600. I mean, this guy's projected like 17, 18 fantasy points. It's a good matchup against the Raiders. For whatever reason, I couldn't find him earlier because I thought he was 7,600. 6,600 is crazy. He's in the top 10 for projected fantasy points for quarterbacks on Sunday. So he could arguably be the best value play. Extremely cheap. He's a guy in his sophomore year as well. The Patriots are, excited to play this season. They're expecting a better season than last year. They got Mike Vrabel at the helm now. Got some better guys. They got an electric rusher in Trevion Henderson from Ohio State. May's just going to be that much more confident this year. He can run a little bit as well, let's not forget. So that upside of him possibly rushing in for a touchdown is certainly there that you don't really get with Joe Burrow and other guys. So Drake May looks really good at 6,600. If you wanted to go cheaper at quarterback, I think there's some cheaper running backs and really good cheap wide receiver value plays on this slate. So I might be mainly looking to spend up at quarterback, but Drake May looks awesome at 6,600. Can't get over that price. Even Trevor Lawrence looks good too at 7K. Not the best season for him last year. Expecting better things for him this year. He's got now 2 electric wideouts in Brian Thomas and now Travis Hunter. Matchup couldn't be any better against the Panthers. They're at home. You're not going to see much of a better spot for Trevor Lawrence all year than you do in week 1. They're projected the 5th most points. Week 1 projected the 3rd most on the main slate because 2 of the top 5 are the Eagles on Thursday Night Football and the Bills on Sunday Night Football. So the Jaguars in an unbelievable spot. Trevor Lawrence is right there with Drake May in terms of cheap value. Those are the guys I would be looking at quarterback if you were to go cheaper. And then, as I said, if you want to spend up, obviously Jaden Daniels has the sky of anyone. The sky's the limit. He's got the ceiling of anyone in this league this year. Jaden Daniels is more than okay to spend up 8,500. I do like Joe Burrow for $500 cheaper. As I said, the Bengals are projected the most points on this main slate. Running back, for the value, I mean, I'm not going to argue Bijan Robinson. I'm not going to argue Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not going to argue Jonathan Taylor against the Dolphins. I'm not going to argue. All these guys look good, but my favorite guy for the price is Christian McCaffrey at 8,100. All reports are saying that he is fully recovered from all of his problems from last season, and he is a 100% go coming into this season. The matchup's awesome against the Seahawks. Let's not forget how electric this guy is when he is running at 100%, whether it's through the passing game or it's rushing it on the ground. Projected for 19.5 fantasy points last time I checked, the most over any running back in week 1, and he's only $8,100, slating him in at the best value in my opinion. And then just a cheaper guy I'll mention, Trevion Henderson. This is wrong. Is he going to be the number 2 splitting backfield work with Ramondre Stevenson? Yes, but he is almost a bare minimum salary at 4,700. He's projected for 12 fantasy points on Sunday. He can get it done through the passing game. I'm sure Drake May will be dumping passes off to him. Just a year ago, Trevion Henderson was absolutely electric for Ohio State. I thought the Pats had a rare good pick at running back. They don't have a great history of running back and wide receiver selections, but I do think this was a really good one. Picked him, later than I thought he was going to go. I think it's an awesome spot, and by the end of the season, he could end up forming into the number 1 back for the Patriots. This price is criminal. He's probably going to get, with catches, he's probably going to get like 8 to 10 rushes and maybe 2 to 5 targets or catches. I mean, there's a potential that he gets 15 touches on Sunday. This price is just wrong. The matchup's great. The Patriots in one of the better spots in terms of matchups on Sunday, and they are at home. So I do like Trevion Henderson at $4,700. He's going to emerge as a pretty chalky play on Sunday. It's just by far the wrong price for Henderson. Wide receiver, I mean, if you're picking Joe Burrow, you don't even have to pick Joe Burrow, but Jamar Chase is my favorite spend up. He's the most expensive guy on the slate. He's projected the most fantasy points. He went number one overall in all year long fantasy drafts. There's no reason not to absolutely love Jamar Chase against the Browns on Sunday. He played Cleveland twice last year. He scored touchdowns both times he played them. 5 catches, 55 yards here and a touchdown. And then he played him on the 22nd of December. 6 catches, 97 yards for a touchdown. This guy's an absolute beast. I mean, whether I pick Joe Burrow or not, I will be targeting Jamar Chase in a majority of my lineups to spend up at wide receiver. The other receivers I like are pretty cheap, so we can do it. Obviously, if I pick Joe Burrow on a lineup, I'm 100% picking Chase. I don't see a scenario where I'm picking Joe Burrow and not Jamar Chase. Even T. Higgins could be a nice little stack for tournaments if you want to do Joe Burrow and the 2 wide receivers. But Jamar Chase, just by far my favorite guy on Sunday. He could end up having a monster game. We all saw what he did most games last year. Other honorable mentions, some cheap guys. The rookie for Carolina is far too cheap going into week 1. He's got a mild hamstring problem. It looks like he's going to be ready to go from what I've seen. He returned to practice a week or 2 ago, and anytime you can return to practice, over a week before your game, you're probably going to be okay. We'll get, I'm doing this video early in the week, so we'll get all confirmations on all injuries. So I do expect him to be good to go. I don't know how to say his first name. Tatera McMillan. Number 1 guy, they just traded Adam Thielen back to the Vikings. I'm pretty sure someone else is hurt for the Panthers. Yeah, Jalen Coker's hurt. So they really just have Xavier Legette and McMillan. And the matchup's awesome. You have 2 below average teams going at it, which is always good for fantasy. Panthers against the Jaguars. McMillan projected for 12 fantasy points. $5,600 is too cheap. In my opinion, for what he is slated to do on Sunday, he should be more like $6,600. I think he's $1,000 underpriced as the number 1 receiver for the Panthers. I'm not even going to act like I know who's throwing to him. Bryce Young. Forgot about Bryce Young. Had his ups and downs last year. We all know what he's capable of. Still plenty of potential. He's very young. I really do like the spot that McMillan's in. Again, we got to make sure he's actually going to play on Sunday, but it looks like he's going to be good to go. Like McMillan as a cheap play. And then another rookie. The Bucs are banged up. Their McMillan is also out. He had some flashes of greatness last year. I can't find the Tampa Bay Atlanta game. Here we go. So you have Jalen McMillan out for the Bucs for a while with a neck injury, and you have Chris Godwin still coming back from his awful leg injury last year. So it looks like the rookie Emeka Egbuka, or Egbuka, that's quite a tongue twister. He looks like he's the number 2 guy behind Mike Evans, and he's a flat 5K. He's also projected over 10 fantasy points on Sunday. The matchup's good against the Falcons. The Bucs are projected for 25 points on Sunday, which puts them at 1, 2, 3, tied for 4th most on the main slate. The Bucs are tied with the Cardinals at 25 projected points, so they're in a good spot. Egbuka at 5K looks like one of the best value plays at wide receiver for Sunday, with the Bucs being so banged up, missing 2 of their top receivers. And then for tight end, I think we're just going to go, before I do tight end, let's do that Guru credit code. I almost forgot. Again, early bird deals still going until Sunday. Message me about that. I got a ramped up new look to my website. I wanted to get this done over the summer before football season. Redid the whole thing. And even for the Guru credits, I'm still working on it right now, but hopefully before game 1 on Thursday night football, I only have PayPal to buy credits, but I'm working in a system where it's going to be multiple ways: Venmo, PayPal, credit card, debit card. I'm hoping to get that set up within the next few days to make that more user friendly for you guys, because I know not all of you have PayPal, and checking out as a guest can be kind of a pain in the ass. But for that Guru credit code, go to my coupon bar. These credits are what you use to buy my lineups on the NFL page. This will get you 25 free Guru credits as a nice week one welcome offer. We're going to do week one, all caps, NFL 25 for the year. Week one, NFL 25. I already tested the coupon out earlier, so it says the coupon was already redeemed, but I promise you that's the right code. You'll get 25 credits into your balance after a few seconds of hitting the apply coupon tag. Again, just like this video, subscribe, follow all my social media accounts. I do appreciate it. And I hope these plays help you out for Sunday. Tight end, I don't think we beat around the bush here. I don't think we're spending down on him. Like I said, there's cheaper running backs and wide receivers we can look at. I don't think we go cheap at tight end until, maybe the first couple of games of the season, so we have an idea of what cheap guys are actually getting targets, because tight ends, if you try to get cute with them, they could easily get you 0 points and not receive a catch. So I think, we don't overthink this. Brock Bowers, 7K, my favorite tight end against the Patriots, should go off. Looked unbelievable last year. I expect him to be even better this year. The Pats' passing defense was atrocious last year. I expect Brock Bowers to go off as the number one option for the Raiders. Give me Brock at 7K, and then my next favorite is Trey McBride at 6,300. These are two guys we're going to be looking at a lot this year. In my opinion, the two best tight ends in the NFL, Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. McBride, 6,300, a whole $700 cheaper. Good matchup against the Saints. Nothing wrong with him. I don't know where else I'm going to go until I look deeper into it. Evan Ingram, I'm excited for his new threads out in Denver. Paired up with Bo Nix, I still think he's got plenty of gas left in the tank, only 5,300. Good matchup against the Titans. Maybe that's somewhere I go if I want to go cheaper. But for right now, I'm not really looking at anyone else other than Brock Bowers and McBride. Even Kittle, you could do. We all know he can be an absolute beast. Good matchup against the Seahawks. But if I'm going to be picking Christian McCaffrey in a lot of lineups, I kind of like going different outside of George Kittle at tight end with Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. And then for defense, you can go anywhere, but I think it's worth spending up. 4,800 Broncos at home. The Titans projected the lowest amount of points on week one with their rookie quarterback coming in, Cam Ward. I expect him to struggle. He's got a very tough matchup to begin his career. The Titans are only projected for 17.5 points, which is dead last for week one. So the Broncos defense looks really good. I don't mind the Commanders. Again, no need to overthink it. Whatever falls into place, it should be your last pick in your lineup to see where your salary's at. In terms of value, I didn't really look at anything cheaper because I like spending up at defense, and I don't think we're going to have to get too cheap. So I'm really looking at the Broncos. I like the Commanders, and I like the Bengals too against the Browns to wrap things up. But that'll do it. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm excited for week one. Again, I play all the other slates, Thursday Night Football for full roster on Sunday, the 1 p.m. only slate, the early slate, the 4 p.m. only slate, the afternoon slate, the main slate, and then Sunday Night Football, single game, Monday Night Football, single game. The single game format on FanDuel is different this year. They made it like DraftKings where you have to spend more for your MVP slot, which will make things a lot more interesting on the single game slate. There'll be a lot different lineups. They also added an extra guy to pick on your lineup. So it's going to make for a lot of different combinations, making the single game slates more exciting. But that's a total of 6 lineups per week. Again, memberships are still going. Early bird, message me about that. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, follow for more. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Thanks. Peace.